Blessed day, my people. So in this video, I have a very serious topic to talk about. You understand, people? Because we realize a lot of things are going in Jamaica when it comes to the hospital. Them now, most people when them catch a corona and thing, right? Basically, them call a hospital, and of course, you know, say you want to go in and you want to get treatment, you want to get on a ventilator and thing. Well, right now, most of the hospital them full up. You understand what I say, people? And guess what? When the government they don't want the people, them tell them say them for social distance. Me see a whole heap of people come out and make video and tell people say a conspiracy, not no name C19. I wanna know me at all, but I don't want to call the name too much. But yeah, man, people come out and say, yo, we now wear no mask, we now social distance, we now do this, we now do that. And the government come out and tell them what could happen if them go against those things. You understand what I say? Now we see it spread like wildfire, and you know, we see the thing get out of control. Well, if people lose them life and all them thing there, and then guess what? The same set of people them come around now and I blame the government, right? Well, a lot of persons have to realize, you know, and me no want nobody feel like me a PNP, me a labor, right? I am none of those, right? I just attack things that is sensible, and you know, if you don't agree with me, then so be it. But me definitely have to speak on this. So right about now, the hospitals them full up, right? Everybody are turning around and talk about the government need to do this, them need to do that, and you understand what I say? So Minister Tufton come out now, he make a video basically addressing all of that. And yes, people, I can't blame the man, because a lot of persons, them are going to take the easy way out, which is to do what? Point fingers at the government and talk about, say, the Minister of Health, him not do this and him not do that. So, of course, the man have to come clear him name. And not only that, you know, the man have to say it in a way where some of the people who are talk about this and that actually understand. You get what I say? But we have to remember, say, we have a lot of top persons who don't really believe in the mask. You understand what I talk about artists. And remember, say, artists can help to influence a certain set of people, you know, right? You know, you have some people look up to, I don't even want to call no name, but if him say, yo, burn out that and burn out this, and, you know, it's a myth and all of that, and of course, you got to have people follow me. Understand what I say? But I hope a lot of persons realize what's going on, and she said the thing I get serious. Right about now, I was talking to somebody, and I don't want to say the relation of the person, but them know somebody that them uncle have the C19, right? And the man make how much call, and the hospital said them full. So right about now, the people them have to look upon it, say, boy, I wonder if we have to go plan for funeral and all them thing there. So me I try to show you, say, you know, take this thing serious, and I'm hoping a lot of persons actually start to see what's going on. Now, as I say, Mr. Tufton come out, he make a video, I'm going to play the video for you, but him also put up some tweets, and I'm going to read that to you, and I'm just hoping that this video reach a lot of persons who don't believe that the thing exists, because I never even say why you wouldn't believe it when you see how much people lose them life. You see me? We still say a whole heap of party I keep, whole heap of people now social distance. We even see some artists themselves go out, film video, put it on Instagram, and I say this and that, right? And when the people call out the artists them act like the people are telling them foolishness. So what type of example that? You understand what I say, people? Just the other day, me even talk about a specific artist. Is a female, right? She went out, got some babs and the people them call her out, and she respond to the Jamaicans them by saying, what you not worry about, you not worry about. So isn't that something important? So I don't know what to say, you understand? At the end of the day, them blame the government for every single thing. When time the people them, you have to do things as well, you have to play your part. You understand? It's like, let me show you an example. If something are going up the road and I send a warning and say, don't go up there, and them go up there and something happen to them, it's like them would have want to turn around and blame me when time you don't did warn them and tell them, say, don't go up the road. So basically the same thing. Them warning and telling you what could happen, but you never want to hear. But anyway, people, let's get to the video now. And as usual, I want to leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. As my people, so check this out.
Yesterday, March 6, we had a 35.9% positivity rate with some 723 Jamaicans testing positive for the coronavirus. Let that sink in. Let it sink in that that positivity rate means that our hospitals are going to come under pressure, significant pressure. Let it sink in that our public health workers, our nurses, our doctors are going to find it very difficult to cope with those who come in and need medical care. Let it sink in that it means longer waits. It means persons having to suffer for longer periods before they can get a bed. and generally speaking, a health system that is going to experience significant stress and fatigue. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaicans, the truth is we're not trying hard enough. I accept that the government has a responsibility. But let us be clear, a lot of the spread that is taking place in this country is because too many of us are ignoring the need for personal responsibilities. I just drove through Halfway Tree, and for every one person I saw in the center, only 10% were wearing their mask. That's 1 in 10. That's not good enough. It must sink in to all of us that the government alone, the public health system alone, our nurses, our doctors alone, the cabinet of Jamaica alone cannot address this virus and its spread and the consequences that it will have on our people. It must sink in that 723 persons in one day, and more importantly, over 3 out of every 10 persons tested are positive, means that corona is right across the length of our population. It must sink in that if you continue to have the parties, the drink-ups, if you continue to ignore the protocols around gatherings, and you congregate and you don't wear the mask, then the chances of your getting the coronavirus are real, and the probability is increasing. And when you get to the hospital, the chances of your getting a bed is going to become less and less. Jamaicans, people will die. It's as simple as that. I am sorry if some persons are offended by this straight and plain talk, but I believe that it is very important that all of us appreciate and understand the consequences of our action. This is not an attempt to rid government of its responsibilities, contrary to what some may say or some may think. The truth is, we do not have enough policemen or soldiers to police every shop in Jamaica, to police every beach in Jamaica, to look over every single individual in this country. And it is downright unfair for persons to blame our public health officials, our public health team, our doctors and our nurses, when they cannot get through at the hospital because they are there because they went to the party that they should not have gone to, or to the beach or the funeral that they shouldn't have congregated at, and have picked up the virus, and then they expect the government or the public health system to solve the problem. And if we don't do it, we get costs. So yes, I am saying 723, March 6, a 35.9% positivity rate. I really hope that will sink in. And it will sink in our consciousness to help us to understand the importance of personal responsibilities. You know, in many countries throughout the world, there is total lockdown when you have spread of this kind. This country, this government took the decision that people have to work. They have to go about their business. It is possible without spreading the virus if they obey the protocols. I say to you, too many of us are not. So 723 is a defining moment for us. And yes, I'm saying, let it sink in. And hopefully, in sinking in, many of us will understand why it is that we need to do better. We will continue to do what we must as a public health system, as a government. We will work hard to provide the beds, to ensure that the doctors are alert, to ensure that you get triaged or looked after when you turn up. But the reality is there's so much and no more of us. There's so many beds and no more beyond a certain point. And truthfully, it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to have the overcrowding if we respect the protocols and take personal responsibility. I really hope for all of us, better days ahead. I believe there will be better days ahead. The vaccines are expected to arrive tomorrow and others to come later on. We will now embark on one of the most significant logistics exercises that this country has seen. But it is important that we recognize that until then, we must observe the protocols. We must continue to wear the mask, continue to physical distance, continue to sanitize. Otherwise, we will see worse days ahead, not better days. Let us do the right thing. Thank you.
All right, people. So just like what Minister Tufton said, I hope a lot of persons let it sink in, you understand? So anyway, he also went on to say, this record number of cases is a collective problem. I accept that the government has a responsibility and that our measures require improvement. Still, too many of our citizens are ignoring the needs for personal responsibility. 3 of every 10 persons tested are positive, indicating that COVID is present across the entire population. If we continue to not wear masks in public settings and transportation, link up at overcrowded bars after work, not wear masks in our offices, etc., the chances of contracting and spreading the C-19 is significantly increases. As a result of these negligent actions, when you get to the hospital, the chances of you getting a bed is less likely, and Jamaicans will die. Now, I'm also going to say, stating these facts plainly isn't to cast blame, but it is important that all of us appreciate and understand the consequences of our actions. So yes, people, just like that, every action there's a reaction. That's how the saying go. So everybody have to just start play them part. You understand what I say, people? I'm just ask everybody for at least listen with understanding. And just like what he said, this is not a blame game. This is not for pine finger. I mean, they have to say, yo, are the people them this and that. But I just try for sure you say this is a collective effort. All of us have to work together. You understand what I say, people? Nobody look upon it, say, true, nobody in your family no catch it, are you're not going to wear no mask, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. Just follow the rules and just follow it. That's all I can say. You know, I'm telling you this, people, you think it nice for you have to be a choice. Like I'll say, you go up at the hospital and them tell you say them not have enough bed there. People have to make you a priority and all them thing there. Come on, man. We need to do better. I'm not telling no lie. Remember one time we did that go on good enough, but right about now, you see how much cases in a one day. And me telling you this, if them even telling you say, yo, we recorded 700 rate in one day, don't feel like say just that. That's how them know about. Mind sharp, it double or even triple. So I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So I made this video just for kind of show you what's going on. You understand? The man I explain to you. And he is actually doing it with professionalism. You understand? Even though him don't really have much of a choice. But at the end of the day, Star, I'm pretty sure you guys, you know, no want school for open up back, no want can go out and them thing there. So the sooner we can get rid of this thing, the sooner all of that can happen. And when no say the whole heap of young people them in them 17 and 18, them well want go out and have fun and all them thing there, you understand? Because we still see well a party I keep and we still see the thing I go on like, you know, they make it look like say it no exist. So I don't know if you say no people. That's the only thing I can say. The choice is yours, you understand? I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really force people to do nothing, you know? If you don't want to wear something, it's your business that, you understand what I say, people? So that's it, you know. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. And yeah, I could just do the right thing, you see me? Bless up on yourself and keep safe. I'm out.